Welcome back to BoltAction Bunker, and in this video, how to build your own fence line, part 2. Okay, this is how we left the fence line the last time we see it. We had the matchsticks done, we'd painted it, we'd put some grass on there, we put a few hedges on as well. And made that look quite nice. So that was how we started, that's how we finished it. So let's move on now from that. So all I've done, I've still got the 2.5mm balsa wood for the bases. I've cut this into strips just here, exactly the same as I did in the first video building the fence line. If you've not seen that video, I'll put a link to it below, and you can watch that one as well. So I've got the 2.5mm balsa wood cut into strips. These are about 150mm long. That's about the right length you want for scatter terrain. And also this is 1.5mm balsa. So these come in 1 metre strips. So they come like that. And all I've done is cut that across there, just like that, to the right height. Now the height I've gone for is around about 6 foot. So I've taken a standard bolt action figure and then put him up against the side of the fence that I want to do, and I've just measured that off just like that, how high I want that to be. So that's how I come to that height. You can do whatever you want. So there we go. So I'm just going to cut this up now into planks. So we've got all the planks ready to build our fence. So they're the bases and these are going to be the planks. I'll cut this up and I'll show you how to glue them together. So I'll just show you quickly cutting these up. I don't mark them out at all. I just make them as they come. Some thin, some a bit thicker. So just go down with balsa wood, hobby knife. It is really so easy to cut it. If you've never used balsa wood before, get down to your hobby shop and get yourself some. It's just so easy to use, to just build anything you want with it. So let's just finish cutting these up like this. Like I say, nice and easy. You don't want them all the same size, all different. There we go, just like that. So now they're cut, let's move on to the next section. Okay, the next section, we're going to use our trusty matchsticks. Now I buy these in a great big bag, again from my local hobby shop. Just go down there, little matchsticks. I think it was about 3 or 4 quid for a box of 1,000 of them, something like that. So they're really cheap, really good and versatile. So like I did when we made this one here, I'm going to use uprights, but this time I'm only going to go 2 across. So 2 uprights and 2 across. That's all we're going to do, and we're going to glue these down. The easiest way I've found is to put them down on your table, not on your dining room table. Your wife will kill you, or your girlfriend. The easiest glue I use is Yoo-hoo for these. It dries fairly quick and it's a nice easy thing to use. It's not too bad. So all I put these on, a little dob there and there, stick that on just like this, and again this side, 1, 2, stick that on. Go straight across there, and then what I'll do, I'll stick the rest of these together and I'll show you a close-up on that. Okay, so like as you can see, just like building a fence at home, and it's nice and easy to do. The Yoo-hoo doesn't take long to dry, and we can just leave it like that for now, and we'll start putting the boards on once that's dry. Now then, while that's drying, I'm going to take some of the boards that we've cut up and then just smooth the edges off with my knife and just take some of the shape off of the square edges. It's nice and easy to do. Balsa's nice and soft, and you can just get some nice shapes with this fence and make it look really distressed. If you want a little bit further, take some nicks out of the boards as well, and we can really start to distress this up. And then what I'll do, I'm going to go through and just do these pretty quick. Doesn't take long. Just go down and take the edges off all these boards. And I'll come back once I've done this lot. Okay, so now you've finished shaping all your planks, we can start gluing them on. So I've got a few here, I've edged a few, they still look a little bit rough, but I'll tidy them up as I start to put them on. So just starting from here, all I've done is just left this on the table and made sure it's straight and flat here. Start taking these, take your glue again, and then just run it along the lines, run it along the rails where you're going to go. Just do half. It does dry pretty quick, this. There we go, we'll do half at a time, show you how we're going. And then just place them on. You don't want to go right to the very bottom, just off the bottom. There we go. To take some of the ones that you've shaped, don't butt them up too close together. There we go. Looking good. Now just to get that distressed look a little bit further, just take the end, just snap that end off. So now we've got a couple of shorter ones and a couple of longer ones. And then just gradually work your way along. Keeping your line. Got the bottom line fairly straight, and let the top be uneven, because that's what you're going to see. There we go. Just work your way along and you'll see this start come together once you've got a few on. There we go, look, just bevel that. I can do that with my finger, just bevel that in a little bit. Take the centre out, and now when you put that on, you've got like a nice little gap going through your fence. Let's get some of these on. Again, I'm just going to break that one. Have a short one in there. And then half the top board missing on that one. Like that. And what I'll do, because it's a little bit far away from the camera there, I'll do a close-up in a minute. And you can just see how we're getting on with this. Just get half done. There we go. Fraction low. Okay, let me get a close-up on that for you. There we go, you can see all the different shapes of the planking that we've made and we've put on there. Once you put a bit of colour on that, that'll really come to life. Let's just start looking like an old fence would do. I'm going to carry that right all the way along. And once I've done that, I'll show you how it's come out. And there we go, finished fence. Just there, right the way along. Looking pretty rough and rickety. Let's get that based up, see what it looks like. So here we have the finished fence line. As you can see, I've now sanded the base and put all the wooden fence panels in. Just here, it looks quite effective. And as you can see, if you put a guy there, it's just about the right height to hide him behind the fence. So I'm going to get this painted and show you a little bit of weathering on the fence. Okay, so I've got a little bit of brown umber paint, and I'm just going to stick that along the bottom of the fence. Paint that in. Just nice and quick. We can put a little bit of highlight on this in a minute. I'm just going to make sure I've got enough water in this mix here. Just water this paint down. You don't want it too thick. Get that in there. Right the way along. There we go. I'm going to use the same colour for the fence as well. If you wanted, you could go with a grey here and lighten it up. But I'm just going to stick with this brown. Yeah, there we go. Right, I'm going to get this finished and I'll show you in a minute. And there we have it, there's a brown fence. Now it's still wet, so what I'll do, I'm going to let that dry and then we will put some weathering on it and just bring out some of the detail for this fence here. And it's looking quite good already. You can see all the different shapes, all the planking. There we go, I'll let that dry and we'll do a bit more. Okay, we're back with our fence line and now we're going to do some highlights on this. Bit of dry brushing on here. So I am going to use a Iraqi sand for my first colour. So it's quite a bright colour. So don't go too mad with it to start with. Let's hope that this picks up the highlight that we want. There we go, that's not too bad. And let's just get this across. Pick up some of those edges and the highlights that we want. Yeah, that's not bad colour I think for this. And as you can see straight away, it's really highlighting that fence, bringing the panels out, bringing all the work out that we did on the detail on the balsa wood. Let's get those edges in. Yeah, that looks nice I think. There we go. I've done the top section and I've done quite heavy on the bottom section as well. Heavy on the top, heavy on the bottom. It's a little bit lighter in the middle. So that dark brown is still the prominent colour down the centre. Just gives it a bit more look, a bit more shaded look, a bit lighter on the top. There we go. Gives it a bit of depth. Hope that you can see that okay. That looks really good now. So let's turn it over, let's work on the back section. And again, just going to hit this along the top, on the beams. Just work that along there. There we go. That's nice and weathered on there, some nice shading. Nice and easy to do. Just a little dry brush on there. Really does bring out the boards. There we go. Nice little bit. For this Iraqi sand. There we go. You can see there, it's coming along quite well. And now I've got some ivory white. I'm just going to go on again, another dry brush with the ivory white. Just gentle to start with. See how much paint you've got on your brush. I'm just going to do the top sections where the sun, the light would hit that, where it would fade the most. Go along there. There we go. Looks quite nice. Let's turn it over and do the back again. Just the top of everything here, top of the bars, not the bottom. Just top of the bar. Just bring out some of the woodwork again along the top. That's it there. That's bringing that right out now. Yeah, really happy with that. It turned out well. Okay, so it's up to you how you want to do the bottom section, the ground. In the other video I just went over with, I think I actually went over with the ivory. Now let's just do that. Just see how that comes out with the ground. Just gentle. Go over there. It's not quite the right colour for that, but it's there. There we go. So that's a 6-foot fence. Now if you want to finish this off, you can put some grass along it like we did on the other one, just to make it look good. You could put a few more bigger pieces of gravel on here, make it look like there's a few more stones along here. a bit bigger. Get some grass on there, maybe a little bush. And there you have the finished article. The fence line, 6-foot fence. All done, all weathered. Looks pretty good. Nice and easy to make. They look good on your tabletop. Hope you enjoyed that one. And you can make a few. Post some comments. I'd love to hear from you. So thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.